Well, my name is Mark Shellshear. I'm the art consultant with Galeria De Las Islas. Galeria De Las Islas is one of the oldest galleries in Manila. It started in the late 1960s and has really been a gallery to give the unknown artist and those who need a break an opportunity to be exposed to a gallery setting. So we do exhibitions here every month. Usually at the beginning of the month, they run for the whole month. Now, we don't just carry paintings, we carry sculpture. Also in our other side here, we're really a museum style gallery because we carry a little bit of furniture, we carry ceramics, and we carry sculpture, both modern sculpture and old sculpture. A lot of our sculpture is late 19th century sculpture by Filipino greats like Tampinco, Nepomuceno, Tolentino, and we also carry modern sculpture as well. So we have a large genre of work going from traditional right through to outsider art, and gives you a little overview of the gallery. Well, the vision really is to bring art to the Philippine people and to expose young artists into the art world, to give them the opportunity to exhibit in a mainline gallery. But I've been in the art business most of my life. My mother was an artist, my grandfather was an artist, and of course I was painting by the time I was 5 years old. Now, I didn't practice as an artist full-time until the late 80s, but all the way through those other years I was working as an artist, exhibiting, showing, selling, and growing in the art business. I've been involved running galleries. I exhibited here. First time in the Philippines was 1990, so it was probably before you guys were even born. I had my first show here in this country. I did design at art school, but I did many other things as well. The challenges that everybody faces in the art world is not being too caught up with the modern or the latest trends, but realizing that everything grows slowly and there's a growth within what you do in the art business. And people, you know, I want to see young artists make it. My whole desire is to see young men and women, especially women artists, make it, because so few women get the opportunity to do it big time in the art world. Other than find another career, I would tell most art students that you need to go and do a course in business. You need to learn about marketing. You need to learn to sell. Because you see, when most young people go to art school, they can already draw and paint. So they do that anyway. I don't know why we go to art schools to do more of what we can already do. So what I would rather see art students do is, yes, go and do painting and drawing, but only make that half the course. The other half of the course should be business, how to run a small business, how to do cash books, how to do a ledger, how to promote my work, how to do videos, how to do all the things that you need to make it in the art world today. If you can't sell yourself, no one's going to sell you for you, trust me. You know, there's a lot of artists that leave art school who starve. Okay, I'm just straight up, that's the deal. I mean, I remember in one school they said to me, there was a whole lot of art students there, and they said, what do you think art students should do? And I said, become optometrists. You might earn a living. It's hard. This is a hard business to earn a living in. Well, if they're struggling and they're starving, they should be pretty motivated. Okay? Starving is a great motivation to work hard. See, the problem most artists is that they don't understand that this is a business. If you are going to become an artist and you're going to go and have a job, that's different. You've got a boss who's going to tell you what to do. If you be a graphic artist and you work for a boss, you start at 9 o'clock and go to 5 o'clock. But if you're going to be a fine artist and go and sit in your studio underneath mum's house and paint things, you're not motivated because you don't know what to do. You're not a business person. You don't understand business. And so most artists, I think, need to learn about business. My daughter's my inspiration. Without her, I would not strive as hard as I do, because I want to give her the best I possibly can. You have good shows, and they're wonderful, and you have bad shows. You have weeks when you sell a painting and weeks when you don't sell a painting as an artist, and that's just the art life. The art life is learning to grow within the midst of everything happening around you. Galleries, I love exhibitions, I love openings, I love setting up exhibitions and hanging paintings and doing all that. And I like to see artists prospering and making money. That's what I want to see for artists. What art do I like the most?
Yes.
Well, it changes, doesn't it, over the years? We change as we go through art. Right now I'm into outsider art. I really love outsider art. I love it because it's crazy. I love it because it's original and different, and that inspires me. I like abstraction. You've got some fabulous artists in the Philippines, abstract artists who I really admire. So yeah, I like all genres basically, but they're my two strongest. I don't want to be compared to anybody. I'm me.
Yes.
And that's what I want to be remembered by, that I'm me. I don't want to be compared to Picasso or someone like that. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, he's dead. Why do you want to be him, you know? And that's what I don't understand. A lot of young artists want to be like Jean-Michel Basquiat or be like Pollock or something like that. I don't get that. Maybe it's something I don't understand. But my attitude is they're dead. So why would you want to be like them? Be you. Be fresh. Be original. Be yourself. What's my definition of success? That's a good question. My definition of success is having enough money to survive and look after your children, to have good health, and people who love you. That's my ideal of success. Oh, without failures, there's no moving on. I mean, failure is part of growth. If I always have the attitude in everything that I do, that it's got to be able to fail as well. I want to be able to push the envelope so far that failure is part of whatever you do. You see, if you're not prepared to fail, you won't try anything new. If you're not prepared to fail at things, then you won't go outside your own comfort zone, and the fear inside your head that tells you that people will laugh at you, that people will talk about you, that people will criticize you, will always stop you from going forward. So you've got to embrace things and say, I'm prepared to fail. I'm prepared to be laughed at. I'm prepared to be criticized. Because then you'll go forward first and you will do things that no one else will do. It's so easy to be part of the crowd. It's so easy to be mediocre and average, and because that's what everybody is. Because people are scared. Oh, what if they say something? Oh, what if they criticize my hair? Oh, what if I'm too fat? Oh, what if I'm too small? And why worry about that? The thing is to have the attitude, I don't care what anyone says. I'm me and I'm going forward. You either coming or you staying. You make up your mind. I am prepared to fail to be successful. I choose artists that I believe really want to be original, dynamic, and successful. I don't choose people because they can paint nicely or they can draw well. That really doesn't interest me that much, because I like Mark Rothko, who just put black on paintings. Okay, so the things that we all hold up really high, like, oh, he can paint the Mona Lisa, or I'm not interested. I'm looking for that creativity. I'm looking for you to show me something that I go, wow, isn't that great? Like the big pink pig I got over there. I love that. You know, that smacks you right in the face. That says, whoa, wake up. You know, I'm tired of bland art. I'm tired of the same painting just being over and over and over. Next 5 to 10 years, I just want to see young artists who are very creative, very original, very dynamic be released into the community. I think we hold back creativity too much because creativity challenges us and scares us. When we're scared of somebody, we don't want to touch them. If somebody comes along and they're absolutely brilliant and able to do things, the first thing we do is we criticize them. The second thing we do is we pull them down, and if that doesn't work, we copy them. That's how it works. You know, well, I want to see that young man, that young woman, when she comes along with something that, excuse me, that is very dynamic and very original, very new. I want to see her have the springboard to go forward. And that's what this gallery is all about. Challenging the norm. saying that this is something for you to think about, kids. Asking the question, why should I do that? Why do I have to do that? Who said a painting's got to be hung like that? Where's this written down? Now that's the question that most artists don't say. You know, it's only the young fantastic guys like Ronald Ventura who come along and turn the whole art world upside down, and then everyone says, oh, that's wrong, and now they say, oh, isn't it wonderful? You know, turn it upside down. Just because they said it's got to be that way doesn't mean it has to be that way. You live your life like that, you'll be very, very successful. You challenge everything and say, why? They say you've got to, it's like going to SM, isn't it? They got a wall of doors, and there's this little tiny one you've got to walk through to get entry. Why? It doesn't make sense, right? And then when you want to leave, you can't go through the entry, you've got to go through the exit, and it's another little tiny door in a wall of doors. It doesn't make sense. Where's it written down that you've got to do that? You see, we get used to norms. We get caught with them, and then we say, oh, because that's the way we've always done it. Well, if that's the way you've always done it, turn it upside down. It'll look different. What do I think for young artists? Here you are, young artists. This is my advice to you. First thing you need to do, don't copy. Do not copy anything or anybody. Be yourself. Second thing, learn to sell and market. You've got to sell you, you've got to market you. You are your best product. Your personality, who you are. So how do I do that? Because the fear in my head tells me they're going to laugh at me, they're going to criticize me, they're going to say I'm too short, I'm too small, I'm too fat, I'm too skinny. They always will. You've got to learn to overcome that, and you've got to go out and learn to talk to strangers. Every artist, the people who are going to buy your work are not your mum, not your Lola, not your uncles or your aunties or your friends, but strangers. Strangers are the ones who will buy your work, nobody else. You've got to have that attitude. So you've got to learn to talk to strangers. Join the debate team. Learn how to public speak. Be the first one to speak out. Why? Learn to talk to strangers. Now, most artists say, oh, I'm so shy. Oh, I don't do that. Well, if you don't do that, then starve. Starvation's a great motivation. It'll motivate you to get your act together. The world is not a pretty place. It's hard. Business is business, and you've got to learn to be a business person as well. They won't tell you this at art school, but you need to. If you can't sell you, nobody else is going to sell you. And this is the motto that I've used for my life. If it is to be, it's up to me. Nobody else. I cannot rely on my mother, cannot rely on my father, I cannot rely on my uncles and aunties and family. I can only rely on me. So can you, only rely on you. When you get that through your head, you can be a millionaire if you really want to be. There's many artists who are millionaires. They don't all starve. The ones who are millionaires are original, they are motivated, they are business people, they understand economics, they understand business, and they sell. You've got to do that. If you do that, you'll be successful. If you don't want to do that, well, go and work for the man. You can go and get a nice job, and you'll get paid the salary every week, and you can then go home. And when you're 50 and you sit down and say, oh my God, what did I do with my life? When I was this brilliant young person, this brilliant young woman at 18 about to be launched on the art field, and I settled for that, that's what happened. You settled. Be prepared to fail. Failure is a good thing. It teaches you how to be successful. Okay guys, I want you to go out and be successful. I want you to be the best artist in the whole world. I want you to be motivated to go out and take the world and grab it and shake it and turn it upside down. Remember, if it's not written in stone, you can change it. You can change it.